They once bore soldiers into battle. In mythology, they brought rain to drought-stricken lands. Symbol of royal authority. Father of God. The Asian forest elephant is a giant in a shrinking world. Just 70 years ago, vast Asian lowlands were covered by steamy, verdant rainforests. They once bore soldiers into battle. In mythology, they brought rain to drought-stricken lands. Symbol of royal authority. Father of God. The Asian forest elephant is a giant in a shrinking world. Just 70 years ago, vast Asian lowlands were covered by steamy, verdant rainforests. A mysterious mix of trees and tigers, bamboo and bears. A fraction of this forest remains, an evolutionary Eden that harbors a remarkable community of tropical plants and animals. This cascade of life is due in part to a network of roads that penetrates the jungle and opens its canopy to light. But these roads were not carved by the hands of man. They were beaten down by the feet of elephants. For eons of time, elephants have been caretakers and masters of hundreds of miles of unbroken rainforest, a region in Southeast Asia centered on what is now called Thailand. And for millennia, these giants of the forest have drawn the fascination of humans. Ganesh, half man, half elephant, is the Hindu god of wisdom. Buddhists believe that a white elephant god fathered Siddhartha, an Indian prince who became Buddha. For this reason, in Thailand, elephants with white marks on their faces are considered sacred. Today, Thailand's elephants number less than 4,000. Half of these are in the custody of trainers. Elephants are the only animals still taken from the wild and domesticated by humans. In Thailand, elephant trainers are called Quan Chong. Theirs is not a job for the faint-hearted. Harnessing pachyderm power takes courage, determination, and skill. A trainer spends 5 years just teaching a young elephant the basic commands. Then the real work begins. Controlled with heavy chains, elephants are broken into jungle labor. In a carefully choreographed dance, the giants stack logs together. The trainer steers the elephant with his feet and a prod to the ear. Yet such maneuvers can take 20 years of training, a very long time to be in school. By the end, the elephant will respond to as many as 40 verbal commands. At last, the graduates are ready to assume their place in Thai society, beasts of burden in a thriving timber industry. With elephants leading the way, generations of timber cutters moved into the jungle. They selected choice trees, cut them, and hauled them out. Like the wild elephant, these workers barely disturbed the forest and its vast array of wild denizens. In his classic novel, The Jungle Book, Rudyard Kipling made an elephant the keeper of jungle law. It's no wonder that as the elephant goes, so goes its forest environment. Many creatures depend directly on the elephant for survival, sometimes to the elephant's dismay. The pachyderm's hide is thick on her back and head, but the belly, ears, and mouth are as thin as paper, easily pierced by a hungry and determined tick. These virulent pests drill right through the elephant's skin to strike blood. In the tropical heat, tick wounds can fester and become infected. Yet the elephant has a defense. As experience has confirmed in countless trendy spas, there's no better cleanser than a mud bath. Like sandpaper, it chafes off most of the parasites, especially if followed up with a visit to a good tree trunk. The mud also provides some protection from the blazing Thai sun. Of course, there's no better way to cool off than a dip in the pool. Elephants love water, and unlike their cousins on the African savannas, jungle elephants don't have to look far for it. They'll wallow in a river for hours, and they're surprisingly good swimmers. The versatile trunk acts like a snorkel when an elephant submerges. Like a tightly knit club, mothers, aunts, and babies seem to delight in making a splash together. Touching and smelling each other helps reinforce the family feeling. Cow elephants form strong friendships. When bad fortune or death separates a pair that is bonded, the survivors are known to grieve long and hard. They even assist one another during delivery. At birth, A friend is always present to clean the baby and protect it from the disoriented mother. From the moment of birth, the bond between an elephant mother and its calf is one of the deepest and most tender in the animal kingdom. If she delivers a stillborn baby, she will stay with the body for several days. Females become sexually mature around the age of 15. Over a lifetime of about 65 years, each cow will give birth to an average of 9 calves. The gestation period of elephants is nearly 2 years. And once a calf is born, it will nurse up to 5 years from the mother's 2 teats, located between the front legs. Like a human baby, an elephant calf experiences its world by putting everything in its mouth. Through trial and error, it will discover what's good and what's better left alone. At only 2 months old, this baby is barely 90 kilograms. It'll take most of a decade for it to become a 6-ton mammoth like its mother. Such a heavy load requires a sturdy base. The elephant's foot is a marvel of natural engineering. Its toes form a circle around a thick, spongy center. Like shock absorbers, these padded soles help cushion the massive legs. A stick is just the thing for a hard-to-reach itch. Using tools is the mark of a highly intelligent animal, as is the ability to remember and learn. Bulls lead solitary lives compared with cows and calves. Unlike their African relatives, not all Asian elephants have tusks, only certain males. In a mature bull, tusks can grow over 1.5 meters long, and while they look fierce, they're more pickaxe than spear. He mainly uses them to help pry bark from trees or excavate in the dirt. But tusks are both a blessing and a curse. Poaching elephants is banned worldwide, yet a strong market for ivory persists. And with it comes illegal hunting, making an animal like this the prime target of poachers. As the tusked males disappear, the Asian elephant gene pool grows weaker. This Quanchong cleanses tusks that have been cut down. This practice makes the elephant less attractive to poachers. Elephants' tusks are actually long teeth, The nerve inside extends only 1/3 of the way down from lip to tip. Cutting down the tusks may also prevent this bull from impaling his trainer. Adult bulls between the ages of 20 and 55 often grow extremely aggressive during a period called must, a Hindi word meaning madness. During must, they are at their most sexually active as testosterone levels drastically increase. Must can last a month, and at times up to a year. Every bit as impressive as the elephant's tusks are its other teeth. 4 molars, each weighing up to 4 kilos, grind up bark, leaves, and grasses. If a tooth wears out, a new one replaces it. Over a lifetime, an elephant can have 6 sets of teeth. But once the last set of teeth wears down, the wild elephant will literally die from starvation. The quality of an elephant's diet is undisputed. A spread of fresh tree bark, leaves, grass, and especially fruit, up to 230 kilos a day, is a feast for this lord of the jungle. Many animals possess brute strength, but none are able to focus it so precisely. Nature's ultimate power tool, the elephant's trunk, evolved over millions of years. With no bones or cartilage, it's supremely flexible and strong. It's made up entirely of muscles, more than 80,000 in all. An elephant's trunk is tough enough to knock down a large tree, and yet so delicate it can pick up a single piece of fruit. In pursuit of dinner, an elephant plows through the forest wreaking havoc, and yet it is part of a natural reforestation plan. Its droppings carry seeds from one part of the forest to another. In Thailand, more than 200 different kinds of forest plants benefit from the elephant's unwitting dispersal. The fallen leaves provide food for those animals who are too small to reach the high branches. At last, the heat of the day is extinguished by the cool of the evening. The elephants are fitful at night, always eating on the go. They only sleep 3 or 4 hours a day, usually in the afternoon. Around them, another world emerges from the shadows. The loris may look like a bear, but it's actually a primate. With a sharp sense of smell, it slowly creeps along in search of malodorous insects. The loris's only defense against predators is to stay stock still high up in the leafy cover and hope no one notices it. An elephant family group has gathered at a clearing where the soil is rich in salt. Spots like this are few in number, but they are well known to the elephants. From time to time, they visit to store up on minerals. Crowded around the salt holes, the mother and ants are so greedy that the calf gets squeezed out. But elephants do share this wealth with many of their forest neighbors. Butterflies need minerals too, but they can hardly dig them out of the ground. Instead, they get them from elephant urine. Their taste buds, called chemoreceptors, are located on their legs and across their bodies. The presence of different chemicals opens these nerve cells like a key. When the butterflies encounter the right substances, their chemoreceptors send them a message telling them to eat. The butterfly sucks up the nutrients through a miniature trunk of its own, and then casts off the parts it can't use. Fortified by the brew, they'll go about their business of fertilizing plants, which in turn nourish the elephants. It's an astonishing chain of events, all linked to the elephant's ability to harvest its world. But alas, the elephant's way, brute force tempered by lightness afoot, is not the only way to exploit the rainforest. These days, a bulldozer can eat up swaths of trees much more quickly than an elephant. Machines are steadily replacing the elephant in Thailand's timber industry. Already the bulldozer has decimated the vast lowland forest in the heart of the country. In its wake, farms and villages have sprung up. If this rate of deforestation isn't reversed, some experts project that within 15 years, Thailand's wild elephants may vanish altogether. With settlements dotting the landscape, the elephant herds that once migrated through here are no longer welcome. Once the givers of life, incomparable sculptors of the rainforest, they are now mere giants in a shrinking world, a vestige of a time when there was room for nature on a grand scale. And if they disappear, what will become of the forest community that depends on them? Like the elephant gods of Asian mythology, all may one day become legends from a paradise lost.